Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. How goes it? How do you do? How do you do? Good sir. I would curtsy to you if one, I was wearing a dress, and two, you could see me. Just as a sign of respect, I suppose. You know, I don't want the ways of the old world to die necessarily. But, you know, the old world is fairly sexist too, so maybe we can just forget about the whole curtsy thing. I mean, it'd be cool if like guys and girls did it whenever they met or like saw each other. You know? One curtsy for all. Curtsy? Curtsy? Is that how you now I'm going crazy. Every once in a while this happens to me. I start saying a word that maybe I don't commonly say, and then I say it a lot in a short amount of time, and it just sounds so foreign, eh? That's crazy. Anyways, what's going on here is The Long Dark. Now, this is a game, if you're, I guess, familiar with my channel, and you've been on it for the past, well, I think it's been over a year now, where The Long Dark, this is still early access. This is an alpha. Where is it? It's up here. Alpha 258. But it's pretty late in its alpha cycle. I mean, it's gone through a lot of changes. Anyways, I did some Foxman Fiddles episodes. That's kind of my, like, let's look at a quick look, or just like, I want to try this game, but not committing to a series kind of thing. I do that with games, and this was one of them because I was a very early backer when it first came out. I just thought the aesthetic, and hopefully you agree, as you can see here, is quite nice. And the idea of a survival game without zombies kind of titillated me. Yes, quite titillated. It's like, man, it's just nature, you know? Nature by itself is scary, and it's very difficult to survive in nature. You don't need zombies to make it challenging. Not trying to trash talk any zombie-based games. I mean, some of them are very fun and all that, and it's a kind of a different element of fun to me. But this, you know, just being in nature, the solitude of it is awesome. It is for those not familiar, well, it's developed by Hinterland Studios. They're based out in British Columbia, Canada. As I mentioned, it was a Kickstarter game, and it made, I think it was over 150,000 or over 250,000, somewhere in that realm. And it's gonna have a story element to it, but maybe unfortunate for us right now, it's not in the game. It won't be in the game until, I'm not sure if it's going to be the beta or the final release. I really should have checked up on that before starting this, but this is a Foxman Plays, because a year ago, I was like, I really want to do a series on this, but they were making so many changes and stuff, just to the interface, to different balancing of the game and things of that nature, that I felt it's not something that was ready. At this point, though, it's getting closer and closer to the end of alpha, so we should see less big changes and more kind of tweaks and things of that nature. Upcoming soon they will be, and I apologize, we're still in the screen here. Maybe we should just start and I can keep going on. Maybe I can just do a sandbox. We're going to do a sandbox. I'm going to do the Voyager. So this is the difficulty, of course. You are an explorer in equal parts hunter and hunted. The world will not give you anything freely, but you will find that with time you can master it. For players who are looking for a reasonably challenging exploration survival experience, but not a punishing one. So if we look at the cute little fox here, this is the pilgrim. So this is where I believe the animals do not attack you. Wander alone, road to observe the quiet. All about atmosphere. For players who are most interested in pensive exploration, wildlife will not attack you unless provoked. So in this one, in Voyager, it's like if a wolf sees you and he's close enough, then they will attack. Or same thing with bears and whatnot. Stalker, of course, this is just like relentless. This is not one I've tried yet. I certainly would like to try it at a certain point. But let's go middle of the road. I feel like that's going to be good. As well, you can see here, we get to choose our starting region. The game, initially, when it was released, it was all within Mystery Lake, and they've slowly been adding different regions. Now, it's not like when we're surviving, we can only stay within Mystery Lake. It's just we're selecting the starting region. So Mystery Lake is the one I probably will start with, only because I'm most familiar with it, and then we can find ways to travel to these other ones. Coastal Highway, you can travel there. Pleasant Valley, this is one that you can't select unless you've actually found it, like traveled to there from one of these other guys. So I've managed to do that in kind of one of my just casual by myself playings of this. And then, of course, you've got random and coming soon. So this is the one that's going to be coming soon. I can't remember if they have a name for it or if they named it, but it's going to be a big region as well. So that's kind of why I wanted to start this a bit before that. Kind of we can get comfortable, get familiar with it, and hopefully survive for a good chunk of time, and then we can go and explore the new region that's going to be coming. So let's start with Mystery Lake. Again, it's the one I'm most familiar with, so I'm not trying to cheat the game, but I just feel like I'm going to be happy if I can get a decent start and live for more than a few days. If we can live for a week, I'll be happy with that. Let's just go. Of course, you can also, one of the updates they did at some point in the development was adding a female survivor. I'm a dude, though. I got a willy dangling between my legs, so I'm going to do that. But hey, man, she is foxy mama from the looks of her silhouette. She's got those nice boots. Wonder whose bed they've been under. Mine. They've been under mine. It's not true. I wouldn't let her put her boots under my bed. It's dirty. It's dirty. All right. A mysterious geomagnetic storm has brought your plane crashing down into the northern Canadian wilderness. How long can you survive? So yeah, it's essentially a post-apocalyptic type scenario, but it's not, zombies or some viral outbreak as far as we know. It's a weird geomagnetic thing. Something possibly to do with solar flares or the sun or whatever. I think, what was that movie, 2012, something with John Cusack? What was it? It had 2012 in it. It was when, the Mayans predicted that the end of the world was in 2012, and people were like, oh my god! Okay, first things first, bottom left corner, you see a little shield and kind of curly wind going into it. That's actually a good thing. It means we're currently in an environment where we are shielded from the wind. So that's good, because wind makes you feel colder, the wind chill and all that crap. So as soon as you come out here, you can visibly kind of see the wind. This is not going to make us feel good. Not going to make us feel good. Of course, you see all these bunny rabbits. Little rabbits. Oh, we got a deer over there. Some venison. Gotta watch for stuff. Rose hips. Now, I'm going to harvest these because I think, and I'm not sure, because I haven't actually used them yet, but you can have these little traps for the rabbits and such. You can put them out, and you can kind of use the rose hips as bait. Again, from what I've heard. But that's something we'll be trying out, because there is a location, one of the cabins that I know of, and it usually has one of these traps in it already. In terms of starting, when we start at, oh, that's nice. Rifle ammunition is good. It's no good without a rifle, but it's still good. That's just a random texture. Okay. Peanut butter is actually a pretty good food because it's very dense, packed with proteins, a lot of calories, antiseptic. What I was going to say is that we start randomly somewhere in Mystery Lake. I mean, there's a few set places you can start, but so if we weren't happy with starting here, we could have just basically reset the game until we were starting at the place that we liked. As well, items, again, are kind of set in a series of, they can, there's only so many places that you can find a rifle or whatever. It might not be in the same place every time you start a game, but yeah, I don't know if it's random or if it cycles through, but yeah. The thing too is there is currently no map, which kind of sucks. So when I was playing this previously, I kind of made a crude-ish map, like a bubble map. I would draw a circle and be like, this area, there's a cabin here, and kind of identify generally what items you would find in that cabin. I think that's where I started, so I'm going to go left here. And then, dotted lines or roads of like, this is where the railroad is, and if you follow it, it takes you to this place and that place. So you kind of get familiar. So I had to make my own map. And I actually found that to be kind of fun. It's like it almost added to the survival aspect of it. But apparently there will be a map. Last I checked on it, which was like a year ago, but it was just not something that was going to be in the alpha mode. So yeah. But if I mean, we are in the wilderness, if you will, but there's some infrastructure. There's cabins and things like that. We will find, hopefully at some point, a hydroelectric dam, other things. And then if we find our way to that Pleasant Valley, there's some more kind of like cabins, cottage type housing. And what else is there? I mean, there's a few things. So that's good. We got to combine those with, this is good, the bridge. This actually leads to the hydro dam. There should be a train tracks on top. And if we follow them to, I don't know which way is northwest, east, south, but if we follow to the right here, they'll eventually lead us to the coastal highway. And if we go left here, it'll lead us to, eventually, I should be picking up sticks, by the way, because sticks help us build fires. They're not the best for having, I don't want to do that because that takes time, and 10 minutes in the cold is actually a big deal. It's kind of silly that it takes 10 minutes to break down a branch. You just snap it in half, but I really want to hurry up here now because we're freezing. If we're freezing for too long, we'll come down with hypothermia, and I don't want that. I'm just going to quickly come over here. We could put, we have a sleeping tent. We could put it in there if we want, but I'm going to go right in the dam.
Freezing.
Yeah, freezing. So you can see on the bottom right, our condition is going down 98%. That's our overall condition. I would love to harvest this, but again, it takes time. You can see that it requires tools because it's frozen, so we can't even do it. If I had something like a hatchet, that would be great. Because it's frozen, it's hard, right? You can't just kind of pick at it with your hands. If we had killed a deer and it wasn't frozen, it's a lot easier to harvest. We're going to go in here. It's going to be dark. So that's one thing. I'm going to try to up some of the gamma, but I don't want to do it too much because I want you guys to see how I see it. And I know that might be a little frustrating at times, but I feel like that's part of the experience of this game. So, again, of course, you can always provide feedback, and if you're like, really, Mike, it's just not good, you need to up the gamma more, I will do that. This I'm going to break down. It takes up 24 minutes, which you can see our condition, we're still freezing somehow. even though we're protected from the cold. So I'm going to want to build a fire at some point, and I know where I can do that. Fortunately, I found some jeans and a basic wool hat. You can see our inventory here. I'm going to just go to equipment, and we can filter things by weight and what was this guy? Is this guy? I don't know. Oh, I think that's condition, sorry. Yeah. Best condition down to worst and vice versa. Clothing. So these ones I'm wearing are 26, and I just picked up these jeans, which are 76. So you can see it lets us know, like, if we put these on, our warmth, clothing warmth bonus is going to go up by almost a degree Celsius. That's right. Metric. Suck it, Republicans. I'm just joking. Unless you want to. So I'm going to put those on, and we can later either repair these, or I could harvest them for cloth, which I probably will do, because cloth is then used to repair other clothing and stuff. And I've already got one pair of jeans that are better, so I just harvest them to repair these, you know, better jeans and make them even better. This I will put on. So we just, with these 2 bits of clothing, have increased our warmth bonus by 1.5 Celsius. All right. What I will do, I will up the gamma a little bit if I can find it. Resolution, screen mode, units, metric. Yeah, that's right. So you can change it to what? HUD, normal, disabled. I'll put on subtitles. Field of view, 80.1. Screen mode, quality. Why can't I change? That's eerie. Maybe I can't change it from here. Maybe I have to be in the main menu. But that would be weird too. There are lanterns somewhere around here, so I think there's one in here. I just have, oh, is it here? Okay, good.
I could use this.
This is what I like about, having played this game a few times myself. I kind of know generally where some things should be. Again, they're not always going to be there, and this guy's in bad condition, so I don't have the scrap metal to repair him, but should be fine for now. Let's light, and it's going to allow us to, find some other stuff. Candy bar, it's good. Workbench, these are important because they allow you to craft other things from materials. And some of those materials you might even harvest. Like if you harvest intestines from an animal, they can be used as
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
String and such. Like for a fish and line, a hook and line. All right. Bandages, always welcome. We want to search everything. Problem is, we can become over encumbered fairly easily, so I want to find a decent place to set up camp and kind of put any extras of stuff so that when I go exploring, I just take the basics. This, I've never figured out. There's a couple of them, so hopefully at some point I'll be able to figure out what it is so I can get inside there, but this is huge.
What have we here?
For starting fires. It helps us build fires a lot more easily, and I almost missed this guy. Sewing kit is great. Antibiotics. This is pretty good, pretty good. Let's quickly, if we have a crowbar, some of these lockers may be locked. So to get through them, we need a crowbar. And sometimes there's a crowbar in the one room over to the right. But sometimes there's not. Okay. Not too bad. Matches, of course. Now, lighting fires, there's different ways you can light fires, as you'll see. But if we ever find a magnifying glass, you can start fires outside. Pretty much almost infinitely. One thing that a lot of people are critical of this game is that certain items, their durability degrades way too fast. So like clothing will become really tattered and like basically disintegrate way too quickly. And you know, when this game was out, can openers were definitely something that after opening a few cans they were just like busted, and it really didn't make sense. You know, you understand that you want a survival game, it's got to be challenging, but making it unrealistically difficult, that's not cool. There are definitely some things that they can work on balancing. They did fix the can opener, but I mean it still does degrade way quicker than you would expect in real life. And the magnifying glass is one that pretty much will last as long as you can probably survive. But from what I've heard, it's not an infinite amount of time. So eventually you will run out of materials that you can use to repair your clothing and whatnot. So yeah, some people don't like that. Wait, I gotta go back. The crowbar is usually, it would be there. Let me just double check. No, so I didn't get a crowbar. But it's the way she goes. It's the way she goes. I'm gonna double check in here. Running too is something, obviously it helps you. But you do it too much, you get fatigued. You get tired. You don't want to get tired. You don't want to be tired. That one I went to. Sorry, I'm just gonna double check. Did I do these guys? Yes, I did. Alright, I'm surprised none of them were locked. We're gonna go down here because I know of the one area potentially where the rifle will be. And I'd say it's at least 50% of the time it's there. So while we're here, we might as well check. The rifle, though, that's one thing. It's like, it weighs 4 kilograms. That's a lot. That takes up a good chunk of your inventory. Also, this here is a spot where we can use it as a fire barrel. So just thinking, what's my condition is 74. Just by being in here, the cold is going down. So I might at one point want to lay a bedroll there and get a fire going. For now, I'd rather just kind of explore. It's a fine balance in this game of exploring quickly, but not burning yourself out, right? Like everything has to be fairly deliberate, and that's a big thing again about balancing the game so that it's not too punishing, but at the same time, like it's got to be challenging and yeah, I think it's just kind of fun. Making one crucial mistake can turn what was a really good, prosperous survival, and maybe you were living quite well for a few weeks, and then you just decided to stay outside a little too long, and a blizzard comes along, and you can't find your way back home, and you freeze. You come down with like hypothermia, and then you're dead. It could happen. It can happen. So you really have to be so well prepared for a lot of situations. Scrap here, which is good because I can repair this lantern that is dying. This guy, that's normally where the rifle is. So it's not there, and I gotta think of another place where it might spawn. Typically, I get it there, and I'm like, I'm happy. I think it can be in one of the cabins. Kind of, there's like a gun rack, and it can be on the gun rack. What am I gonna do with the gun rack? I don't have a gun, let alone several guns to necessitate a gun rack. Wayne's World. Party time. Excellent. Can opener's good, of course. Let me check my condition here. Still at 74%, which is fine. So there's some more area to explore. Actually, you know, before we go too much further, what I'm going to do, actions. Wait, why can't I repair? Tool required. What tool am I thinking of? Well, it's still 21%, so that's fine. And I've got some fuel. So let's just mosey on. I really wanted that gun, man. It's okay. That's the thing, though, is like I know enough about the game as is to kind of have a decent
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
start, but it's throwing a couple curveballs at me. This guy's always here. And as far as I can tell, there's always been that broken arrow, this lantern, and usually nothing actually on him. Ah, tinder plug. This is just like, you know, small plug of or bundle of flammable material, paper, wool, cloth, blah, blah, blah. That's good for helping us start fires. Thanks, dude. Rest in peace and pieces. Actually, you're one giant chunk of ice. He's cold. This is something, too, you'll find a lot of things just kind of tucked in. You really have to look around. And the more and more you play it, you kind of know the areas to look for, generally where items can spawn. Ooh, this is good find. And that helps you more quickly get things done, right? Time is of the essence. If you're just fooling around, man, you're going to get hungry. And you're really like, oh shit, I haven't explored enough, so I don't have any food. And then you start to struggle. It's like one thing leads to the next, and then you're dead. Newspaper. Alright. Not much there. Oh, yes, I know why I couldn't repair the lantern. They're called repair kits. There's a basic one, and there's like an advanced one. Obviously, the advanced one is not as common. That's what I was missing out on. And I thought at some point somewhere in this place, actually, we might find one of the two. It's a little further down here. But that's okay. I think let's, let me look at my food. How much water? I'm going to drink some water. And I'm going to eat some food. How? So I'm down to 1,000 calories. I would like to get around 2,000. That would be okay. This will be 500 calories. This is 9. Actually, let's just eat this. That's pretty much right where I want to be. It's good little snack. Newspaper. Gotta catch up on the events of today. Wait, which way did I come from? I missed this. Didn't I come from here? Or I must be crazy. This is where I'm going. Okay. Any scraps. Oh, that's that, is that a repair kit? No, this is the first aid. Repair kit, I believe, is a different color. Empty, but hey, candy bar. Candy bars. Plastic container contains nothing. Lantern fuel, though. we can use that for this lovely lantern that's been servicing us. We could break down the cardboard box for like a tinder plug. Torch I will take. Should be a scarf up here somewhere if my memory serves. Yeah. Alright. Actually, let's see about equipping. Because I picked up this jacket. There you go. That's like 2 degrees. And it's got the wind chill bonus, which is huge. Put that on. The down vest, it's way down vest indeed, because it would replace, if I put this on, the jacket, and it's a vest, so it doesn't have sleeves. It's quite silly, and its condition is worse. Not always fun. I'm wearing the best one of these scarves. They're all basic. So what I'll do is I'll break these down so I have extra cloth. I can repair this. I only really need one. The others are just... And I don't necessarily... The cloth can be used to repair anything. It doesn't have to be the basic vest. I won't break down those things. I mean, I kind of want to sometimes, but you don't want to be carrying around too much wood, and it's generally easy to find. It's not... You're never really far from wood. And twigs, the little sticks, will generate in the world. They'll keep generating, fortunately, so we can just go outside and get some of them. What are you? Oh, sewing kit, another one. That's fine by me. I thought this is where, is this the, yeah, quality tools that we can use to repair stuff. That's what I'm talking about, baby. I knew it was somewhere around here, and I guess it was red. Is this where we want a crowbar? There might not be anything good in there. But right now, I'll never know. You'll never know how much I love you. I'll never know how much you hate me after singing that. Actually, you could very easily scream it in the comment section. I hate you a lot, Michael. What are you doing? Oh, a fridge. Orange soda. I like it, but I always drink orange soda in real life a little too fast. And just something about it, it's like ultra fake and makes my stomach be like, man, why'd you do that? And I'm like,
we here?
Sorry, dude. Microwave oven. And a toaster and another plastic container. Damn it. 0 for 2 on those plastic containers. I will take the reclaimed wood. I don't have to break it down. It's right there. The radio doesn't work. But, like, I wish you could break it down, like, harness it for components or repair it or something. Like, I know it's an electromagnetic thingy, so electronics, I guess, don't work. But that was after the initial solar flare, right? Can't I make like new electronics and then they'd work? I don't know. It's no biggie. It's just a bunch of garbage on the radio these days anyways. Nice. Gloves are huge. We're a lot warmer now. Thanks to we're in the green just by being in here, not even a fire. Getting a little more tired, obviously. The dude has no idea how he got here. Well, he wasn't a plane. He was like a bush pilot or something. A crop dusting pilot. Dude. Oh, he crop dusts. He's got the stinkiest crop dusting farts there ever was. Yeah, something like that. And they had to do a emergency landing. Alright. You can see I just noticed it now, but there's the anvil in my bottom left corner. That means I'm over encumbered. That doesn't mean I can't move, but, you know, my stamina is down a fair bit. So if we look, I'm barely over it. And you can imagine if I had found that rifle, which is 4 kilograms, I'd be at 35 kgs. That's 5 over my normal, you know, comfortable carrying capacity. So this will go down, like, if we eat some food or break down some of these things. I think what I want to do, where was it again? The lantern? Oh, perfect timing. It just went out. But let's, I'm going to try and repair this one. It starts with 64%. This is going to help us get our repairing skill up. So repair skill is up to 61 now. And we have skills for setting or starting fires and whatnot. Lantern fuel. All right, it's more than half fuel. But I'm going to refuel it all the way up, I hope. All right, it's all the way up. So there's the fuel supply we got. We got some, and I can, if I want, break this guy down to have more scraps to repair. But he's up to 94%, so let's just use him for now. Let's light it so we can see where we're going. Let's kind of go back where we came from, because I could go out one of the, there's a doorway and it leads to eventually Pleasant Valley. That's how I found it at first. There's like some series of caves and whatnot, and there's of course some good stuff there, but Pleasant Valley is very large and I'm not quite ready for it. One, because when I did go there previously in one of my little I was gonna say modes, my survival file thingies. I got there and I pushed it a little too far. Yeah, we could go out this way, and then that would help lead there, but I don't want to do that. Yeah, I died. I pushed myself a little too much. You know, I got greedy, and I died. So when I go back there next time, I want to make sure, you know, I've got some good gear, I've got some good food on me, I've got a rifle, because wolves are a real danger. And yeah, just, you know, having survived for a little while, getting used to it. And it has been a few weeks since I last played this, so of course I'm going to be a tiny bit rusty, but I don't think it's going to be too bad, to be honest. I generally get the priorities in the game. Of course, you guys are going to correct me quite swiftly, I'm sure, in what I've been doing thus far. A little crackle on my voice. I think what I'll do is we'll go and follow... Wait, let's see. 6 hours of darkness left, but I'm fairly tired. You know what? Let's go. I'm gonna push it. Maybe I'm pushing it too hard, but I'm gonna try and find the cabin. One of the cabins. There's like a what is it called? Camp office? Excuse me. 6 hours of... Oh, shit. Oh, that's so beautiful, though. When it said 6 hours of darkness, for some reason, I was thinking 6 hours of lightness left. Well, that just made my decision for me. We're going to go back down here. Oopsies, wrong button. To where that fire barrel is. Oh, he just yawned. Yeah, we're going to go here. I don't really need any warmth. So I'm not gonna light it because that would be a bit of a waste. So I didn't even need to come here because we can lay our bedroll anywhere in here. But this is good. And there was just about 6 hours left, so I'm gonna sleep for 6 hours. Before I go to sleep, though, I'm going to drink some water. Don't have much left. In the morning, we will set a fire, we'll melt some snow, and then we'll boil it so it's nice and safe for drinking. We're 7 hours in. All right, so I'm just gonna sleep for 6 hours. We do. Oh, what the hell am I doing? 6 hours, and we get a warmth bonus by being in here too by 4 degrees. It's nice and toasty. So we definitely don't have to worry about that business. All right, 13 hours. Bedroll, let's pick this guy up. Oh, shit, I forgot to turn the lantern off when I went to sleep. I'm dumb. Again, it's because of the whole... Been a few weeks. I forgot about that. Like, that was a big waste, because it was pretty much full. But fire helps ward off animals, and sometimes there's actually a wolf in here. We would have encountered him, I think, if he was. But yeah, wolves don't like fire. So if you got flares or something like that, you can break it open, chuck it on the ground, and that little ding-dong will go fleeing. Or you can just shoot him in the face if you got a rifle. But the rifle, it's not the quickest loading weapon. I'll pick up these. Even though I'm a little more over-encumbered. Alright, hopefully it's light enough out now. This is the perfect. Nice morning light. And it's weird, you put it down and then you pick it up and then it goes back into inventory. I could think about... Oh yes, I don't have the tool, that's right. A hunting knife would be awesome. Hatchet would be good too. Crowbar, I think, could work as well, but we have none of those. Pretty much just have a can opener. Crow feather. If you find crow feathers, that means there's something dead nearby. Usually the crow feathers are in 3s. And we can use crow feathers to make arrows with later. And we can make a bow and arrow. But you need to find a sapling tree, like a birch sapling or something. And the saplings in this game are incredibly rare. I don't know where the third feather is. No, it's a stick. I'll pick that up. But anyways, if a dead body or like a carcass of a deer or a wolf or something like that, you'll oftentimes, if it's fresher, you'll see 3 crows circling above. So if you see that from afar, you can be like, oh crap, I really needed food, or maybe that's a body, so I could use the supplies. Just go to it and voila. I'm going to take us my drink, by the way. Delicious. All right. Now, in terms of length of these episodes and stuff, it's always a little bit difficult. For me in general, for any length of any episode of anything I ever do, I tend to be like, oh, let's give the people 3 hours of content. I know that's not always actually wanted because people are like, well, I'm just not going to start watching it because I know I'm not going to finish it and it's a waste. So I'm going to try and keep them a little more balanced. It will probably be in around an hour. I think we're probably around the 40-minute mark now by my calculations. So this is where the railroad turns, which is fine. Is this a deer or no? This is a human. Dead human. Wow, you had nothing. There's a feather. Should be 2 more. I'm not gonna worry about it. Train loading area. So there's a few areas we can go. If we go this way, what is this? Yeah, this is the, like, logging and stuff like that. There's a few cabins and such. So definitely I'm going to want to go back there at some point. But for now, my main focus is finding the camp office. It's a nice little cabin. It's got a wood stove. Actually, I think it's got one downstairs and one upstairs. A couple of bunk beds. There should be a magnifying glass there, and canned food. There's a workbench with like a hook hook and line so we can go fishing, and it's right on Mystery Lake, which is the area we're in general. And Mystery Lake has some fishing huts, so as long as we have a tool like a hatchet or something, we can break through the ice and we can fish. And we get to pick how long we'll fish for, which obviously the longer you're doing it, the more time you're spending doing it and not doing something else, so you've got to weigh that decision. But yeah, we can catch fish. Fish are good. I don't know, I've only caught 2 different variety of fish thus far, and the one, what is it? I think it's the salmon. It's much more calorically dense than the other, so you want to get that one, but, you know, can't always get that. Also, I'm freezing, so I want to speed up, but I also need to be careful because I think somewhere around here there could be wolves. There also might be a gun in one of these trains. I think I've seen that before. But I might have to camp out for a tiny bit. Bandage is good. Because I really don't want to get hypothermia. Simple tools. So I got the complex ones, but the simple tools are good too. Because they will degrade over time. I'm not going to harvest that deer right now because I'm freezing. Which car is it? Is it not this one? I thought there was a way. It must be somewhere else? Oh, sometimes that door is open. That's why. Alright, let's try to hurry up here. If we get hypothermia, basically what it will say is stay indoors or in a non-freezing place for so many hours. As you can see, I'm over encumbered. My ability to run is definitely not as good, so I might have shot myself in the foot. But the camp is right to the right of this rock, so I'm just gonna try to get there as quick as I can. A few deer. If I had a gun, man, dinner would be on me. Oh, it's not to the right; it's to the left. That's okay. Did I just hear a wolf? Or am I going crazy? There are definitely wolves on this lake. There's usually 2 or 3 that'll hang out. So sometimes it's a bit challenging. I've had a few races, to get back to this camp office here before they bit my buttocks. They said it was $1 million wound. Bullet just jumped up and hit me in the buttocks. But to be honest, I ain't seen any of that $1 million. I know that I wasn't a verbatim quote, but there you go. Another lantern. We're freezing. What I'm going to do, first and foremost, is light a fire and make some water. Because I am going to get dehydrated soon. So, a lot of matches. Actually, we just have the 1 box, but that's fine. What do I want to use for tinder? As we go through the tinder, it's not changing our chance of success, but the fuel type will. So the book is actually really good and flammable. But you can see, where is it? The duration is only 18. Whereas the duration of the cedar is an hour. Reclaimed is 30 minutes, and this stick is 7 minutes. So I'm actually going to start with a stick, and if we use an accelerant, hey-oh. I don't necessarily want to. Let's try it without. It's just a stick. Come on, baby. Blow on it, man. Give that fire some oxygen. Fires love oxygen. The coolest thing is that you see those like oil fires and stuff. Like people, it's like the oil's gushing out of the ground and somebody sets them on fire and it's just like a giant blazing column of spewing fire. Oh, shit. My skill went up, which is good and all. Oh, wait, add fuel. Okay. Add it. Add it. There we go. Add it all. So we've got 3 hours. So I can cook food here. Cooking food, like warmth, actually has a lasting effect on your health when you cook food. We could eat these pork and beans as is, but if we cook them, that is
I need some water.
much better. Oh, see, I'm on it though. I knew he was gonna need some water because he's getting dehydrated. I'm just gonna do 1 liter, and then we're gonna have to melt or not melt it, boil it again. Not boil it again, but you know, boil on top because we have a liter of non-potable water. Non-potable just means non-drinkable if you want to live. All right, but I'm only doing the half a liter for now just so we can speed it up. As well, if you have purification tablets, you don't need to boil it. It's just like put them in the non-potable water, shake it up, and you're good to go. But I'd rather save those for more dire situations. But we are really hungry. Actually, I think I'm just gonna do the pork and beans then. Use can opener. Of course, I could smash the can, but we might waste some of the food, I think, or ruin it. I don't know. I try not to smash them. Here we go. And then it adds it to your inventory. So if we don't eat it right away, it will eventually cool off. So that's one thing when you bake them or you heat them up. So you can see it says hot and opened. So 600 calories. I'm gonna eat it. I'm gonna take some of my own water. And now if I look here, you can see this little plus. It's a lasting bonus, right? You eat something hot and warm, it kind of fills you with that warmth. So it's really good for us. Let me just see. I drank all of that water. I'm actually going to... Let's boil some more of this. And while I'm here, I might just boil or melt another liter. You know what? Let's do it. We're in a good spot now. We're warm. We'll be thanking ourselves later when we're in a really crappy situation and we can't get a fire started and we have good clean water. I'm not gonna add any more to it. You can see we're already fine for warmth. I'll drink some more. We're still pretty hungry though. Yeah. So what do we have here? Let's just eat this candy bar perhaps, or that's 350. The sodas work both as water and as food. There's calories from the sugar and stuff. It's not ideal, but hey, works. You know what? I'm gonna eat one of these. We do have dog food, which is really good. Well, not really good. I don't know. I've never had dog food. It could be delicious, but I mean, 500 calories is not bad from a canned item. All right. They're hungry. You know what? Maybe let's just get it out of the way. Plus, it's 28%. What do you call it? Durability, if you will, or whatever. All right, that's good. Fatigue. Obviously, I'm gonna be sleeping soon, but before we do that, I'm gonna harvest stuff. It's hard to tell, but it's here. There's the hook. I think that's the line. Got a workbench. some cloth so we can use that to repair some of our items. Again, I apologize for the lower lighting, but I don't want to light a lantern when I'm inside, and I can still see what's going on. It's all good. I think, was it here? Maybe it's somewhere else. Sometimes there's like a magnifying glass there. Maybe it's upstairs. I think sometimes it's upstairs. Or it could be, was it in here perhaps? We got another jerry can. Check the cabinets here. And of course we can store things in these cabinets and stuff. So once we're like, well, I've got 3 sewing kits. I'm just going out for the day. I don't need 3 sewing kits with me. I can leave the other 2 in there. And then come back and get them. If I want this to be my home base. And I think at least initially I might do that. Or, you know, I can have more than one place where I reside and I leave things. Is there anything? Oh, actually there is. Hiding very well under there. Some more pork and beans. Pork and beans. So yeah, I might have a few little camps. Another thing we can do is break down this chair. Problem is, once it's broken down, it's broken down. So I think we get reclaimed wood and we get a bunch of cloth and stuff out of it. So it can be a really good last minute resort. But, you know, I'm kind of the opinion like, hey man, I'm trying to live. I'm trying to survive. So I don't want to break down the furniture because it's like, you know, then I don't have anything good to look at. We got another bedroll here. I'm actually just going to leave it there for now because, well, I've already got one. I could break it down for a bunch of cloth, which I may do at some point, but for now I'm fine. Yes, see, this is the other wood stove we've got up here. We got some beds. What's our fatigue like? It's getting up there. 10 hours of daylight left is a lot. I'd like to get on a normal sleeping schedule, but we've been doing a lot of running and walking and all that stuff. So we're a bit more tired and we're over encumbered. So I probably should store some stuff. I can store it in this. Did I look in here? Yeah, I can store stuff in here. So you can see, like, the antiseptic. I don't need all of those on me right now. Yeah, I'm almost like 10. And the more fatigue we get, look at. So now we went from 30 kilograms carrying capacity down to 29.12. So I can put these guys over here. Let's kind of narrow it down. So I got the purification tablets for the water, painkillers, bandages. I don't necessarily need. See, I can say, well, I just want to have, you know, so many on me. I'm actually going to. Actually, they are pretty heavy. They're almost a kilogram. Medical stuff, I mean, it's like, I don't want to leave too much behind. I definitely don't. Getting stuck out there with, like, an illness or a wound from a wolf or something like that, or a sprained ankle if we fell, not good. These guys, I'll probably harvest all these redundant bits of clothing, the vest, these 2 scarves, extra set of jeans, in the cloth, and then I can leave some of the cloth here if I want. Food items, I mean, it's always tricky for me. I want to be left without any food. What do we have here? Probably keep the quality tools on me, and then I can leave simple tools. A lot of matches, so we don't need to carry. They don't weigh that much. So you're like, well, I can afford to carry them, but these will last for quite a while, especially 1 box is plenty for a few days. We'll break down at least one of these lanterns, maybe both. I'll probably keep this one for now as well and use it until it kind of wears down. But once it's at this point, like 20%, I'm just going to get rid of it. Look at this. We got 5 sewing kits. That's crazy. The jerry cans obviously take up a lot of weight. You can see the bedroll. There's the other one we can pick up there, but it's a kilogram, so we'll probably just store it. And you can see, too, these containers, various ones have different limits on how much they can hold. So the 10 kilograms here. Wood, scraps, all this stuff. So I'm not going to store anything more now. I think what we're going to do is go to sleep and wrap this guy up so we can fit this episode within that hour mark-ish, somewhere around there, plus or minus. And I think we'll be okay. The fire just went out downstairs too, but it's nice and warm in here. It feels like 10 Celsius. I mean, it's not t-shirt weather, but, where do I want to sleep? Let's sleep here. So let's sleep for 8 hours. Something in the night woke me up. You gotta go pee? We only got an hour of sleep there. Alright. Let's try 6 hours. Saving the game. Something. Alright, we're thirsty again. 3 hours of daylight. Our fatigue is almost gone, though. Drink a little more of this, and then I am going to also drink some of this. I should have done this first, actually, because this will help with the calories, and it's just like we're not getting the benefit of the thirst because it's already down. Energy bar is always good. Actually, let's eat some beef jerky. Eat the jerky. The herbal tea is really good, too, if we heat it up on the stove. It's got that warmth, restoration, ongoing type dealio I was talking about that we saw with the heated up pork and beans. And I believe it has some medical stuff, too. Like, in the first aid here, you'll see, those things that heat us up and warm us up, help with our condition a little bit. So, why not? Also, we didn't look at the log here, but this is something nice just to show us, what exactly we did, where shit went wrong. Day 1, day 2. Made it to day 2. Woohoo! First thing, drink some soda and eat some beef jerky. This guy knows how to party, my lady. Let's eat one more thing. Yeah, I'll just have this candy bar. There we go. That's tolerable. The thing is, it's going to be dark pretty soon. What was it? 3 hours of daylight left. So I don't know. Like, I probably try to sleep again. I might go out and harvest. There was a deer not too far from here. I might try and harvest some of that and then come back and sleep it off. But we'll figure that out next episode. I am going to call this one quits for now, I suppose. And so far, so good. Again, I hope, again, I think this is the first time I'm saying this, but I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoy The Long Dark in general. I like it. It's a fun game. It can be quite challenging, but very rewarding at that, too. And who knows, you might learn a few survival skills that you could apply to the real world. They actually have had, survival experts and stuff consult on this game to help with the development of it. So it's not to say, like, do as they do in this game per se, but it might get you thinking about stuff, and then you can further do your own research out in the real world and whatnot. I think having some halfway decent survival skills is just fun and potentially worth it. Being able to live on your own on the land is a very, potentially important thing in the end times. Who knows when the end times will be upon us, if ever. I don't know. And I am pretty philosophical let's save that for next episode, because I can go on and on and on and on and on. But it's a fun game. You can buy it on Steam. And I honestly am drawing a blank on how much it costs right now. But get it now. Get it now. They're going to be updating it again pretty soon with another big chunk of land, more to explore and all that stuff. So I'm excited to see what that is. And yeah, if you have anything to say in the comments, of course, I'm always eager to hear them. Eager to hear what you have to say. And I do hope you return for the next episode. Gonna make it to day 3, day 4, day 5. I don't know how far we'll make it in another hour of time. But it should be good. Should be good. Anyways, you could do that whole like and subscribe thing if that's how you like to roll. If not, hey man, you do your thing. You do your thing, I'll do mine. All right, I'll be here waiting for you. And that's the way she goes. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Until then, peace out.